I wonder if you can hear the birds. They're so sweet. My window is open, so you might hear birds. Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Oceana. I am so glad that you're here. Thank you for clicking on this video and being with me. I'm gonna share everything that's going on in September. September is gonna be one of the busier months in my job, and it's only gonna get busier until December. So I am gonna be very realistic with my TBRs from now on until the end of the year, but it's gonna work out because I have already hit my reading goal on Goodreads. So this year, one of my reading goals was to read 88 books instead of 100 books. I was trying to think of just reading one book less than I normally do per month. So that's 12 books less, 88 books, and I hit 88 in August. So that is great because now I feel like I can kind of just chill out. You know, I could read 0 books, I could read 1 book, I could read however many I want, and that goal is already met. So that's kind of why I wanted to make the goal a smaller number, because I just feel a little bit more freedom to just, like I said, read whenever, however much I want. So that's the plan there. It's been really fun to see everyone else's September TBRs going up. I know we're going into a really cozy fall season that everyone seems to love. I personally love summer and I am sad to see it go, but I am excited for all of the things that come with the fall season. So I toyed around with the idea of either making a really small TBR or a really big one that's just a pile of possibilities. So I think I landed somewhere in the middle. So I'll go through the typical things I do with my TBRs, like the book for my reading challenge, our book club book, and I think that's it. And then we'll go from there and I'll just update as we go. So first of all, for my reading challenge, it is the Christian Romance Reading Challenge. I always have it linked down below my announcement video with all of the prompts, and it's been so fun. I've really enjoyed doing it. It's super casual and I feel like it's easy because it's just one book a month, and I have found it to be just really fun to have that kind of to go back to direct my TBR a little bit. So the prompt for September is just a recent purchase, and I'm really loose with these prompts. So recent purchase could be a recent library book, could be a recent borrow from someone, and it could be recent purchase. It could be from this year, from the last year, you know? So just whatever you want, pretty much. So for this one, I'm probably gonna do a library book because I haven't really bought books recently in a while. So I'll just go with that. And so I don't have one picked out yet. Onto the book club. So mystery was the genre that won. And I don't remember what book won our little poll. So it's definitely a mystery book. And my library doesn't have it. And I don't have it, and so I probably won't read it. But I will put a picture on the screen of what it is, and you guys can read it if you want. Never heard of it, don't know anything about it. Once again, book club is very casual. You do not have to participate every month to be a part of it. And I mean, that's what I do, and I'm still here, so great. So as you guys might know, I am currently reading this devotional. It's Earth Psalms by Francine. Absolutely loving it, and I've been actually doing them at night with my sister now, so that's been so nice to do together. We're almost done. We're on day 40, and there's 52 days, so 12 days left, so I'll finish it in September. And I have these 2 Lee Strobel books, so I'm wanting to read one of these next for my next kind of nonfiction Christian living type of book. So this is God's Outrageous Claims. This one is technically on my 2023 TBR, so this would fulfill that, but this was a gift from a subscriber, and I have an audiobook for this book, and this is I really want to read it. I love all of his The Case For books, so Miracles just sounds so good, and I definitely could read both of them before the end of the year. Just this one is actually on a TBR already, and I feel like I'll read this one faster, I don't know, but yeah, so I have both of these. These are probably the next nonfiction that I want to dive into, so there's that. And then I am thinking about the fall season and how to embrace that with my books. So here's some Christian romance that I'm thinking of trying. So this is Autumn Skies and this is Autumn by the Sea. So I'm actually thinking of doing a reading vlog with these books because they both have autumn in them. So I think that's really great. And they're shorter but romance, so I feel like I'll read them quickly. the time has come. This book intimidates me because it's so huge, but it has 5 short stories in it, so that's why it's big, and it shouldn't take too long because of the short story-ness of it. So this is Sons of Encouragement. This has 5 men from the Bible that Francine Rivers wrote a story around. So she uses the Bible story of the man for inspiration, and she tries to make it as like biblically accurate as possible, but also gives the guy a personality and like makes him interact with people that we don't see in the Bible, but it always like ends with what the Bible actually made happen. So I have started it and I'm very proud of myself. So I'm gonna just see how long this takes me to read. I do plan to finish it by the end of September, but I won't push myself to do that if I can't. Yeah, so this is like biblical fiction, and I just really like the idea of like getting a new perspective on a Bible story and then possibly comparing it to the actual Bible and like seeing what Francine Rivers like pulled out of it to write in here. So yeah, this is like kind of the main book that I'll be reading throughout the month, and then we'll see if I get it done by the end. Okay, and then I did also sign up to review You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Toni Shiloh. So I'm very excited to read this book. Even though it's September, I'm like all for reading Christmas a little bit early. So this book actually comes out in September. I don't know the exact date, but I have an ebook of it, so I'll be reading it that way. And I will put my review on Instagram, I guess, and Goodreads, of course. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I did see that she posted on Instagram that this book had a different title and it was just a novella. And then I guess Bethany House, is that who she publishes with? My bad, I don't remember, but I think it's Bethany House. Bethany House, yes. So that Bethany House picked this up and is like republishing it with a new title, and Toni Shiloh like made it a full book rather than just a novella. So I think that's really cool, and I didn't know that that was an option in the publishing world. So cool, and I will be reading it. So looking forward to it. I know a lot of us within the Christian booktube space are going to be reading it. All of us just love Toni Shiloh. She's just such a good romance writer. So bring on the Christmas. I'm excited for that. So I made a video about this kind of a couple of weeks back, I guess. I'll link it down below. It's called something like Current Reads, Bible Chat, Oceana's Bookish Brain Dump or something like that. I don't know what I called it. But I just was talking about how I have felt like just really torn in so many different directions, like in terms of where my focus is, and I haven't felt a ton of peace about my lifestyle, I guess. And what I mean is like where I'm spending my time. And so I have decided I need to take a step back from Instagram for sure. And not necessarily Bookstagram. I've got 2 Instagrams. I have a personal one and a Bookstagram. Bookstagram, I don't struggle with being on it too much, but my personal one, I do, because that's where I like scroll through reels for hours. And it's just been an unhealthy routine in my life that I want to break. So that is one thing that I have been feeling like, okay, that is going to help me, I think, to have more space for Jesus to speak to me, which is the goal. And then in that video, I did share that I've been reading through Hebrews, and there's just some verses that are like so useful for like living a Christian life and living a life dedicated to God. And this section of Hebrews just really spoke to me and made me realize like, what am I living for? What? Okay. I don't know how to put it into words, but just like there is only one purpose in my life, and it is to pursue the heart of God and to know him. So Hebrews 10 verses 19 to 23-ish. Maybe I'll just read it, but I'll put it down below as well. This just like, it just encouraged me a lot. Okay, let me read it. So verse 19. And so, dear brothers and sisters, we can boldly enter heaven's most holy place because of the blood of Jesus. By his death, Jesus opened a new and life-giving way through the curtain into the most holy place. And since we have a great high priest who rules over God's house, let us go right into the presence of God with sincere hearts, fully trusting him. For our guilty consciences have been sprinkled with Christ's blood to make us clean, and our bodies have been washed with pure water. Let us hold tightly without wavering to the hope we affirm, for God can be trusted to keep his promise. Isn't that epic? Like, really, I pictured where it said, let us go right into the presence of God. Like, we can go right to God in his most holy place because of Jesus. And then it says, our guilty consciences, which we all feel guilty. We all know that we like don't measure up, but they've been sprinkled. I loved that picture, like just sprinkled with Christ's blood. Like it just takes one drop to make us clean. And our bodies have been washed with pure water. Just like that image was like so powerful to me. And then let us hold tightly without wavering to this hope in Jesus, for God can be trusted to keep his promise. And I just love that. Like the Bible straight up says God can be trusted, and he invites us to trust him. So that was like super encouraging. And I just was like, wow, Jesus, I love you and I want this life with you. There is nothing that satisfies like being with him does. So that happened like last week. And I'm like, what? Wow. Like, so it's literally perfect because I got the most generous gift in the mail. And I'm going to link this girl's Instagram down below because she is beautiful. What she posts on her Bible study, it's just gorgeous. She does like a lot of Bible journaling and stuff. Her name's Ashley. I think it's Ashley's Bible Study on Instagram. If it's not exactly, I'll write it down below and link her Instagram. She sent me a prayers binder. And I'm so excited to fill this up. Like, seriously. It's a Coffee and Bible Time binder, which is so great. I love Coffee and Bible Time. Look at this. It's gorgeous. So there's a bunch of like different tabs for different types of prayers. And I just feel like it's a perfect opportunity to dive into prayer, but then also dive into the word and like use this as a pairing. I think it'll go really well together. And I think it's exactly what I need heading into this busier work season because, you know, BookTube is going to be okay. My reading life is going to be okay. Goodreads will be okay. I don't have to read like a maniac, you know? Okay. Oh, okay. And the one like maybe non-Christian, and the one maybe like non-Christian book that I am most interested in reading right now is The Mother-in-Law by Sally Hepworth. Got this from the library, obviously, and I could always just send it back if I don't get to it, but I'm not going to prioritize this book, but this is the next Sally Hepworth that I want to read, and I've heard great things about this one. So yeah, look at how spooky. She's just in the window. Yeah, this will be my third book by her, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm not going to prioritize this one though. I want to prioritize my Christian fiction and the nonfiction that I'm reading and the Bible and the prayer book. So yeah, that is everything. Thank you for watching, you guys. I guess I went non-big. So I decided not to do a giant pile of possibilities and just like keep it small. And again, I might not finish any of these books that I'm sharing, but I do hope to. But really, like, kind of, I just want to read through Hebrews. I want to read through this devotional and go through this prayer binder and just like really seek after him, because why not? You know, like what else are we living for? That's kind of how I feel right now. I just feel like, which is good, because like I felt kind of like indifferent, or not indifferent, but just like lost in like what my purpose is. But now I feel very ignited and like, what else am I living for but to know Jesus? Like, I feel very passionate about that. So I'm excited to pursue it and see where it takes me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I think that's everything. So do look forward to more videos coming about the fall and like maybe different reading vlogs. I will do a recommendation video for the season and other things, we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with me, you guys. Thank you for getting through it. If you are still here, because there was a lot going on, but you're the best. You just, it's so fun to do this with you guys. I love this community. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.